All right, hello everyone. Here we are setting up for hole number 8 here. And Kingmaker approach. And what I usually try to do for this one is I try to go straight if at all possible. We'll see what the wind ends up being. You do need to count for a little bit of elevation here. So here I'm going to go plus 10%. You do shoot down towards a lower target. Now with this wind, there's two ways that I play this. One of the ways is I still do try to go off the front of the fairway there, straight up the middle. And the other way is very similar to what you see my opponent doing here. Keep in mind that you'll want to back off the backspin. You can see the way that they're positioning the ball guide on the hole into a headwind. It's never going to make it to that point. So what we're going to see have happen here is it's going to jump in front of the hole and it's not going to get to the hole. So you do got to remember to kind of keep your ball guide a little bit longer to avoid that from happening. And here you can see, as I mentioned, it's going to cut in front of the hole. You got to always make sure that you're offsetting that ball guide. What I'm going to do, since you just saw my opponent do that, I'm going to show you at least an alternate approach just for the short. I probably will attempt that at some point. It's just not going to be yet. And I'll try to go very close off the front of this. Here you can see with a min adjustment, I'm going to need to go about 6 rings. And the same type of offset trick that I was just mentioning, where I'll offset in the direction of the wind. You'll see me just play it off to the side here. And with about 3 backspin, and I'm just going to use my min value number. So here's 5 rings, here's 6. And you can see the hardest part about this shot is just being able to actually see how many rings you're adjusting. That's the only real complication that you face here. What I like about it is it's very straightforward. It comes right up towards the hill. It usually comes towards the hole. I just got to get that that ball guide tweak just where you want it. And it will give you a very straightforward approach. The hardest part is just kind of dealing with that sand and how bright it is. You can't see the rings very properly through that sand. But you'll see that it's a very straightforward, easy approach, straight at the hole, especially when you bring wind 5 balls into play. That's how I usually end up acing that. So towards the weekend, that's usually what I end up doing is moving that up to a wind 5 ball. And, there's a very high percentage chance, it probably doubles the percent chance that I can make it. And instead of say like a 5% make, I can up it to about a 10% make. As opposed to going over towards the left, it's a very, very low, harder chance to get it to drop coming in from that off that side hill over there. So good luck with that hole. Hopefully, you can get some magic there on that one. Another thing you can do is you can use a navigator. You can see that I was very, very much at min club there. It was very hard to put it on the edge of that fairway and count the rings. And kind of backing away from that edge just slightly with a lesser power ball. But of course, the new Voyager ball will probably be spot on for what you want to do if you want to go that way, which I do recommend as a very straightforward eagle chance. That's how I've got it in past tournaments. This is now the 3rd tournament we've played with that hole on here. First, it was the Hollywood tournament. I forget what the second one was, but now the Voyager, that's the 3rd time that we've seen that hole, and I've had very good success with that straightforward approach that I just showed you there. So good luck there, and be on the lookout for a revision to come.